Party Chat Podcast, episode number 31 on February the 13th, 2022. Here we are at Stadia Party Chat Podcast. We are two Canadian gaming enthusiasts, both founding members of Stadia, who love the platform and enjoy sharing news, discussing rumors, and having fun at the same time. Today's episode summary, we're going to be looking at some TWAB. Obviously, there's been some updates you may have heard about. Void 3.0 coming to all classes, so that's pretty cool. There's always some stuff going on in the news. We got release dates for new games, a free-to-play weekend. Another developer hints at a possible Survivor game coming. Zombie Army 4, one of an early pro games from May 2020, gets a free update. So lots going on today. Let's jump into it. As always, I'm joined with my super co-host, leveling up the podcast as always. Sebastian, how are you today?
Good. Yourself?
Doing well, can't complain. Got my shades on, so I'm protecting my eyes.
That's good. I don't have those shade, but no. Just been playing some Stadia. I've been playing a little bit of Destiny 2, just like the last week before. So like on Tuesday, we're gonna have the last part of the season. So I'm quite excited for it. Not exactly sure what's gonna be, if it's gonna be a community event or it's gonna be just a story, like an activity you're gonna have to do. Other than that, I try to think what else we played. Oh, we played some Risk of Rain too, so that was pretty fun. I stream it. I got into it a little bit more because I know before it wasn't like too much. I don't know. I just didn't know how to play it, I think. And it's just like when you start the game, it just get you into it and you just don't know what needs to be done. There's no tutorial, but overall it's a good fun game, I found. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I actually went back into it. I think it was late last night after I was done some studying. I decided to go for that final piece I was missing on the loader,
Hmm.
which was to take out doppelgangers. So I had to kill 3 doppelgangers in that. Remember that realm where time froze?
Oh yeah.
I had to enter a certain code, jump into there, and then kill the doppelgangers. But at that point, I had reached a certain like god mode phase. So I was
Hmm.
trying to kill myself because Hannah was like, "Oh, let's go to bed. It's late." And so I'm just sitting there and I'm like, "Okay, kill me." And I couldn't die. I was just getting attacked by everything, but I had reached that like ultimate, you know, you can't be touched phase. Everything was just dying around me.
Yeah.
It gets
Um,
fun.
yeah, I almost just need to quit or something.
Yeah, and I can't take fall damage as the loader,
Oh
so
yeah.
you can't just jump off. So I just kind of exited, but I still unlocked it. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I really like to play as the mercenary, I think his name is, with the sword there. Like I got used to it. And the other, like I want to call it a hunter, but the person with the bow there was pretty interesting to play. I think they're the two I got used to it. The loader, I found it's like a weird mechanic. Like you need to get used to it over time, but I can see like how much damage you do with it when you're playing with it. And like I try it and it just like it
Mega
swing
damage.
you. Yeah. I think like you say, you need to change the button layout on your
Yeah.
controller to make it easier, because for some reason they put those two buttons on the same side. Anyway, yeah, it's quite interesting, but a very fun game actually. We had a few people watching us on the stream. They're like, "Oh, that looks pretty fun," and
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
like go try it if you have Stadia Pro. It's free to play, right?
Yeah, so another thing I noticed was if you haven't played Risk of Rain since the release, they actually introduced the Bandit. So the Bandit I'd never played before. Still, we should get on later at some point and do a Bandit run because I still haven't played. I just realized that that was a new addition as a
Mm-hmm.
playable character. So
Yeah.
pretty cool. Check it out if you haven't in a while. It's always fun to get to the end. They even changed the boss, the end boss. The mechanics were definitely different because we had to like release these pods. We had to go to these blue points.
Hmm.
Remember before we jumped up all the way to the top of the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some definite changes. They're always updating, and DLC is around the corner. So
And you were saying there was some new item also, right? Because there's
oh
some
yeah,
item we're getting that you never got before, never saw before. So it's good. They keeping up with the game. So if you haven't played Risk of Rain 2, like just give it a try and see how it's like. It's overwhelming at first, but it's gonna be fine afterwards.
yeah.
Other than that, what else did I play? So I I had a little bit of nostalgia, and I was tired of playing Destiny 2 because like there's nothing much to do right now. I got all the bounty I need. It's really some grinding now. I decided to boot up the Xbox 360 and play some Destiny 1. I can tell you that the big difference with Destiny 2, and I think we mentioned it, or like other people mentioned it before. Destiny 2 for a new player coming in, it's very hard. Like it's not like as linear at the beginning. Like it's like here's the world, and you just like go ahead, like you do the Cosmodome, like new light quest, but like after that, it's like open world, and it could be like overwhelming for a new player. One thing I noticed in the Destiny one, still like it's still going. It's very linear, right? Oh, you go to like you do the activity in Cosmodrome, same thing as Destiny 2, but slightly different. Then you got to go to the tower, and then you go back to the Cosmodrome tower. You just keep going that and do all the mission there, and eventually you go to the moon and so on and so forth. But basically, I found it was like a little bit more linear. And I did a strike. My first strike there was the uh, what's one of the strike from Cosmodrome. So it's the
Oh,
I
like
can't
the
remember.
Fallen Saber or one of those?
Yeah, I think it's Fallen Saber. It's the one
Hmm.
with the servitor at the end, the boss.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that is Fallen Saber.
yeah, so basically I did that and matchmaking and didn't find anybody to matchmake with
No.
me. Yeah. So I did it by myself and I was like, oh my God, this strike is freaking hard because you start with all whites and greens and blues.
Yeah.
So like I found it was very hard for me. Not the boss though, the one with the crawler, that big sector with the crawler, that was the
Hmm.
hardest part for me. But no, I made it. It was like kind of doing a GM solo, I feel like. And it was weird like playing with the 360 controller. But I think I would like to see Destiny 1 like on like another platform like remaster, because I know they have it for Xbox One and stuff. But I would like to re-see it. Like I think that would be a good addition to like, just people to go back and yeah. Anyway, so that was kind of interesting, but like let's move on to Destiny 2 because there's a lot coming up. Last week we had a massive TWAB. This week they maintain it more a little bit better, but there was a lot of info like released throughout the week. We had the video, we had like what they call it, almost like just a display of what um the the new what do you call it, the new version of the Void 3.0 is. It's a closer look they created. It's almost like a mini TWAB, and they released the TWAB. So there's a lot of info. So we can move on to that if you would like.
Yeah, I mean, one extra thing I will want to say,
Yeah.
just quickly. I'll take us to 10 minutes here because now I can see the timer, and that's pretty cool. Um, One game that I've now randomly gotten into is Cosmic Star Hero, available on Pro. I didn't think I would ever like enjoy a turn-based game, but I will say like the writing is pretty funny. Um, the whole situation is interesting. Like the moves are cool. Like I'm doing attacks and defending. It's a different like way to play games, and I'm enjoying the story as we go through it now. So I definitely recommend it if you're on Pro. It's a little playthrough. I'm in the middle of it right now. So let's
That's
jump into that TWAB at 10 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, talking about the new games that just came out from on Pro, I tried Merit's Market. I play for about an half an hour or something like that. It's quite fun, but like quite easy. I don't know, maybe as you go up, it gets harder, but it was quite interesting. Gameplay is pretty smooth, and yeah, if you like that kind of game, it's just like you have to you have a client coming in the store, and you have to like build whatever he's asking, and you have some template and how to do it, and eventually you learn them by heart from doing it, and you just start to create an inventory as people coming in. So quite interesting game, worth to give a try. And you can play co-op. So I wonder in co-op there's gonna be like more happening. So, but yeah, all right, let's move on to the TWAB. So first, what I'm gonna do is show you the video. I'll share my screen. I'm new to sharing screen, I guess.
Thanks for doing this, by the way. I know my
Yeah.
computer is struggling right now.
Oh, good. I don't know if you can see full screen, but this is like the new video they released.
I know what you're wondering.
So basically,
What is true?
and
what is
quite
false?
interesting. We know we're going to Mars for sure. I know there was speculation of it, but like they showing like the armor, they're showing Sabatune all looks like. There's a lot of information they provide just by showing that video. It's very interesting because like it's funny because you can see Sabatune's been working on their side all along since Destiny 1. And now we have all the main character regrouping for that, from my understanding, which is quite interesting because we see Anna Bray. Like we haven't seen her since Beyond Light. Like she didn't have any part. I don't know about the stranger. Like if we're gonna see her, she's probably gonna be involved in it. But yeah, and they're gonna show 2 location of the new area we're gonna be going, the Throne World for Sabatune, and it has like an old area, like a swamp, like old hive structure, and a new area where like Sabatune changed to the light structure, if that makes sense. So quite interesting. I'm excited to find out what actually happened for next week. How we're gonna get to from season 2 of a lost to Sabatune gain the light. And we saw a portion of like the Dreaming City. I think there's gonna be some change in the Dreaming City. So some things gonna happen that the Dreaming City is gonna change slightly, and maybe that's how Sabatune's gonna gain or what we call our Throne World. And right there they're showing the person doing Sabatune's like movement and stuff, so it's quite interesting.
She's very manipulative.
I'll skip a little bit forward. We are
Yeah, I'm not
some
sure
of the
if you can or not, but can you turn the audio down on the video there?
Yeah, turn it down. Is it too loud?
It's just, yeah, I think you guys are, it's hard to hear you over the
Okay,
video.
I turn it off completely.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, there's it's quite interesting. I would suggest to have a look at the video because there's quite a lot. Cattle, like the Cabal's gonna be joining forces with us to fight. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. They show some of the new weapon we're gonna get. They show some of the Void 3.0. Yeah, it's filled with information, and they show you what happened when you destroy one of their one of the Hive ghosts, I guess. And apparently there's gonna be some sort of dilemma, like life dilemma, because like you own a ghost and you're destroying a ghost. So it's like this is kind of a moral dilemma. It's a weird thing, right? So I like that they changing that.
Have morals, but if you're like me, it's just like smash, keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually it's gonna turn to that, right? So they show a little bit about the glaive. I'm quite excited about it. The glaive's gonna have different attack based on this, not a subclass, but like if you're a Titan, it's creating a bubble of some sort, I feel like. And then if you have the Warlock, it's creating some sort of shield at the front. And then if you have, no, sorry, no, the Titan's creating a shield, the Warlock's creating some sort of healing, and then the Hunter's doing damage, from my understanding. Is that right?
I
And
believe so.
mhm,
And the one thing I will say, I watched this video with Hannah,
mhm.
and she said everybody who works at Bungie looks pretty quirky.
Yeah, they're like they're like a big fan of the game, I guess. They show also like the crafting, which is quite interesting. I'm quite excited for the crafting. That's gonna change a lot. You can see like you can choose like all your perk. There's also some extra perk.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. How many perks
there's
did that glaive have? It had like 6 or something.
Yeah, so if I go back, so
Eh,
just a tiny bit. At this point, you got the uh I guess the scope and then the mags, and then after that, in between,
Yep.
if I can like be quick.
Can you go back a little bit more? It showed like a finished glaive with like all the perks put in.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna show this. So as you can see, you got your normal perk, and there's some upgrade perk that are similar, and I don't know what's this one, but like,
Yeah.
you can have is it feeding frenzy, but like a better freezing frenzy than the normal one, or subsistence being like better. So it's quite interesting. This is in the finish.
Play it out here for a second.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting all the modification you'll be able to do. And it make me feel, no, is this one you're talking about?
No, 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 no. Keep going.
Okay. I make me feel like Destiny 1 where like you had to shoot
There.
the yeah, where you have to use
Look,
the weapon to unlock it.
it has 5 perks.
Yeah, so you got your scope, mag, your 2 special perk, and your let's say if it's a envelope weapon, it's gonna have a specific perk, or if it's this may be the end transition, like so you can farm it and eventually unlock a perk or something like that. But my thinking is that it's is I don't know, like it's one of the perk that that weapon has, I guess. Because you're gonna have like a Nightfall's gonna have specific perk. You're gonna have like Crucible specific perk. So I think that's what it is there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
So it
sense.
should be quite interesting. It show a little bit of the new exotic. You shoot like God Worm, I guess. Worm God. You saw this little worm in the canister. So you're gonna be shooting some of the worm at the eyes. So it's kind of funny. I don't know where you're getting the worms, but anyway, that's the grenade launcher. I'm
Mm.
more excited on the new SMG instead. That SMG is gonna be amazing for the Warlock with the gloves. It's shooting poison like shot, a little bit like
Yeah,
Thorn.
it's a Thorn SMG with
Yeah, exactly.
heat-seeking missiles,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. And you got the new like I don't know if you want to call it a machine gun. It's shooting missile. Like that's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy.
They said a
Um,
comical amount of projectiles. That was the
yeah.
word.
Oh, there you go. So you got like all the different glaive there doing different things. So and you got like a look at some of the weapon. Quite interesting. A lot of new weapon. They're gonna come out with like a bunch of them. Try to remember the number. Some of the exotic, which we're gonna go over. This exotic, I'm quite excited for the Titan. It lets this chest piece, and instead of doing barricade, it's creating a wall of stasis, which is gonna be amazing. This one's a like for the Warlock. So when you cast a rift, it heals you. No, not a
No,
rift.
it's a
The
dual rift. It's
yeah. So does the what's the other one compared to the rift? You got the
damage and healing.
yeah. Oh, okay. So damage. So it's increase your range, right? All this at the same time.
That's if you have Luna factions. So you
Oh, I thought
obviously
that's.
can't use
Oh, okay.
both,
Okay.
but
So
you get a
it's
damage and a healing boost.
oh, okay, okay. All right. So there we go. And then moving to the void, so it's gonna move into the similar format as the stasis. So where you choose the aspect and choose what's the name of the other thing there? I can't remember on top of my head.
The
But
fragments.
the fragment, there you go. And like I just like to go back there. That grenade or whatever melee you use, that was freaking amazing. So now their warlock is gonna create like freaking black hole. That's what it is. And the Titan's still gonna be a Captain America with the shield. He's gonna be using his shield for a different thing. I really like the barricade, how they change the animation and he's putting his shield for the barricade instead of like I don't know, he was like blocking, I guess, um, but yeah, as you can see, he's using a black hole to have like his orb popping up, which is gonna be awesome. Can't wait for that. Some great stuff, and same with the Hunter. I don't know if this show is. So the Hunter is gonna create a slam on the ground and make everybody invisible. I don't really see it there, right? Anyway, yeah, the Hunter is going to be similar to the Stasis dive. It's going to be like a void dive, and it's going to create everybody around like, invisible from the look of it. It's going to be a lot of more stealthier for the Hunter at the void. So that's pretty much everything. Like there's like a lot of stuff I've been covered, but I want to keep that short, and we got a little bit more to show. So yeah, that was pretty amazing video. I'm so happy they posted that. I think that's like a good thing. Now moving on to sorry, I didn't see the chat there. So moving on to the TWAB itself, because there's a lot more to cover. I'll share my screen again. All right, the TWAB. So basically, if you haven't seen that vid doc, it's on the TWAB also. You can have a look. It's a quite amazing video. I'm so happy they keep releasing a lot of information like that. It's great just before the witch screen and make me hype a lot. And there's also an interactive video, so you can go have a look, watch it, and then you click on certain icon and it's gonna give you more information. So it's pretty good. Moving on, talking about the Void 3.0, I just want to cover some point very quickly. So for the Titan, the Ward of Darn or the bubble, it's going to be instant casting. So it's not going to be that delay where it's popping it. So that should be interesting. I like to, can't wait to see it. And apparently it's going to be increasing. So it's going to be one of the tier that's going to be coming often. So you can use your bubble more often. So that's going to be crazy. That's going to be very good too. For range melee, you're going to be able to, sorry, for your melee, you're going to be able to do the range. So the shield like Captain America, or do the close melee like the shoulder charge or shoulder bash. Shield bash, yeah, there we go. So you're gonna be able to do the shield bash, and that's gonna create an over shield when you do that. So it's pretty good, similar to the currently the top 3 void and the what I want to say, top 3 void and the bottom 3 void, the Titan. So it's gonna be a combination of two. So you're gonna do the shield bash, but you're gonna get the over shield. So it's going to be very good for that. Uh, Other than that, you're going to have a bunch of aspect that we see in the video that's going to be helping the Titan. So there I have it here. So some of the aspect will be included control demolition, bastion offensive, bulk ward, and those can be those are basically verb used for the different activity, or not the different activity, different um, ability that the Titan's going to be built using. And it's going to be the same thing with the Hunter and a Warlock. So moving to the Hunter, so the Hunter is going to be more stealthier. It's going to be like using a snare bomb or dodging to go invisible still. the Mobius quiver, which it's like the tether that shoot multiple time. Instead of
Mhm.
shooting one arrow, it's gonna be shooting 3 arrow. It's gonna be tracking enemy, which is great. The deadfall or the tether, when you're gonna use that, it's gonna pull the enemy towards the center of your shot, which is amazing because before they were just able to get out of it, right?
Yeah. I always
Uh,
died when I used
yeah.
that tether.
And then the snare bomb melee, to go back to that, it's gonna weaken enemy when you throw it. And in particularly in PvP, it's gonna remove the odd of the player, so your odd's gonna disappear. I like that idea. So you lose like the you lose the radar and all the odd. It's like make me think of something else. It's like when you get blinding grenade and stuff like that. And then for the aspect, it's going to be Trapper Ambush, Vanish Step, and Stylish Executioner. So I can't wait to see what those mean exactly, but that's going to be great. Moving to the Warlock. So I feel like they give more love to the Warlock because like one of the person that developed Void 3.0 is a Warlock main. So he's like, I want to do it this way. So, but pretty cool. Nova Ward now, when you teleport, you draw an enemy and trap them. Um, Nova Bomb doesn't seem to have much of a change other than like they say like it's gonna be looking like more you create a void and let's say catalyst cat cata I cannot say it, catalyst enhancement. So you're gonna have more control, so and it's gonna be more instant, I guess. So when you shoot the Nova Bomb, it's gonna detonate early and separate and go towards the enemy. And the melee for Void 3.0 for the Warlock is going to be creating a pocket singularity unleashing Void, and it's going to be detonating near foes. It's a little bit what's the grenade that you use? It's similar to that, I feel like, but like it's going to be creating that that like black hole. Anyway, it's gonna be amazing. I'm pretty sure of it. It's gonna be OP. I'm sure of it, and we'll see what happens. And then the aspect for the Warlock is going to be Chaos Accelerant, Feed the Void, and Child of Old Gods. So quite interesting. Feed of the Void, I'm pretty sure it's the Devourer. Chaos Accelerant, I'm not exactly sure. And Child of the Old God, not exactly sure either. It might be like creating like that little turret that goes after enemy. But yeah, quite interesting overall. Other than that, moving towards the super. So some of the super ability that's gonna be, yeah, I think it's not the super ability. It's overall, I think what's going with uh, the the classes. So the Hunter super ability is gonna be Mobius Quiver. Class ability is gonna be Marksman Dodge. Movement ability Triple Jump. So I wonder if you're gonna be able to like switch your jump to like I jump or something like that, or you're not gonna be able to change that. Charge melee is gonna be a snare bomb, and then void grenade is gonna be scatter grenade. I don't really get that. I thought like all the grenade can be now used to different character, but okay. Um, yeah, so you got like a couple things there. I'm not exactly sure. So the charge melee is gonna be shield throw air, but how are you gonna use your close melee though? So I guess that might be some of the template where you're gonna be able to use. So your starting subclass is gonna be chain instead of solar or arc. Okay, so you're gonna start with void right from the start, and that's what you're gonna start with. Okay, until you develop more of Void 3.0. I think they're
Yeah,
gonna
this is
include
for
it
new
like part of new
players.
light. Yeah, okay. That's what I
People
wasn't
who
sure.
start and don't have void,
The new light.
they'll start with this. That's what
Yeah,
they're
that's
saying.
gonna be the base void. Okay, it makes
Which
sense.
is nobody we know.
Yeah,
Well, if
I
you start, I mean, void, there you go.
yeah, there you go. So you don't have to start from the beginning. Well, yeah, you do, but like at least you have void. You don't have to find it or something.
We
I
may
don't know if
start that
like
way and then have to unlock it, right?
yeah, probably. But I wonder if
That's
it's gonna be part of a paid version. Like if you don't have Witch Queen, do you get Void 3.0? That's the thing,
that's
right?
probably it. You know,
Maybe
you'll
that's
have
what it is.
old
Yeah.
void fighting new void.
But maybe you can only gonna have those as a choice for like Void,
Yeah,
right?
could be.
Uh oh well. Well, I guess we'll find out as the Witch Queen's coming out in a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, they talk a bit about the campaign. So one of the things they mentioned about the campaign, and I think like someone reported that what's the I want to say Game Rant, but it's not Game Rant. There was an article where someone talked with DMG, and one of the things they mentioned about the campaign is that they don't want the Witch Queen to be the boss for the raid. They want to be part of the campaign, so like people can still follow the story. So the raid's most likely not gonna be with Sevatun.
Right.
So the
Yeah.
campaign is gonna be Sevatun. We're gonna be fighting at the end. Are we gonna defeat her? I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be dragging along with the next expansion in a year from now. But so far, what's coming out for the Witch Queen with the campaign, you're gonna be able to like increase the difficulty of the campaign, making it legendary. And then like when you complete it, you're gonna get bonus XP, bonus like upgrade module. You're gonna get like the power level is going to be set to 20 above the soft cap. You can get new emblem, triumph, and so on and so forth. So there's going to be like a bunch of stuff you can get out of it. And also the good thing is that if you solo play it, the ads going to be adjusted to your level or to be able for you to defeat them. And if you go as a fire team of 3, then like the ads can be adjusted to be more difficult. So I like the idea because you have 3 people, then you can do more. Where like by yourself, you can get overwhelmed fairly easy. So
Mm-hmm.
they made it so it's like not completely hard, but not completely easy. So that's a good thing. And at the same time, you can change to the challenging level, which make it like more fun. It's like a mini Grandmaster campaign. So I like the idea that they change it so like after you complete the campaign on normal, you can go back on and redo it with higher difficulty, farm for new gear, farm for some stuff. So I'm pretty happy about that. I think that's where the farming for like the new weapons going to be happening. Maybe who knows? Maybe like as you farm your new weapon, like to get unlock um, a perk on the gun. If you do a higher difficulty, maybe the progression is going up faster because you gain more XP, or like the kills count more. Who knows, right?
Could be,
Um,
yeah.
mhm. And they're talking, can I over level this content? Yes, but like every portion of the campaign is going to be set to a maximum level. So just to make it more fun for everybody, because like you, if you play first again right now at the light level you're at, you're going to find it quite easy.
Mm.
We did it with my brother-in-law there, and he was like struggling, but we went there and just like help him through. He was like, "Oh, that's it." And like, "Yeah, we killed the boss. That was easy." It kind of removed the experience for the new light, right? So if you
Yeah.
put it like, okay, if you join this activity, it's gonna be 1500. So like, if you're 1520, it doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna be max cap at 1500. I think that's a good idea to do that.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's like what I mentioned. They're gonna make it so like it's at the fair for everyone, if you're going solo or not. Um, so moving on to the next portion, they have the hero welcome. It's a community focused spotlight. They already released some community focused spotlight with some player in the community that like they talk about them. They have picture of them with their cosplay. Pretty fun. Like the idea to just try to welcome as much people within Destiny community, which which is great. I'm happy about that. I like to see that even more. There's a couple of video about it. I really like this one here. It just show like a new light, and it just like try to like discover how to play, and then he got some people coming to help him out, and they eventually does like all the what you call it, does a raid and stuff like that. They show him how to use his super, get new armor and stuff. But I like the cartoonish design. Oh, that was
Oh, that's
pretty
fun.
funny. Yeah. Have a look, a pretty good video. Moving on to the exotics now. So we saw some of the exotic on the video, but I want to just cover quickly those. So this one's a helmet for the Titan. It's gonna work with the Sun Warrior. So basically your sunspot is gonna be healing you, and your allies are gonna love that. So finally, some sort of healing ability for the Titan. I know you can use the Void or the what's the chest piece there you can use for your barricade that heal you, but
Right.
this one's gonna be the sunspots. Every time you throw a grenade, you kill an enemy, it's gonna create a sunspot, casting your super, punching an enemy. So I really like to use bottom 3 solar for the Titan, so I'm gonna be loving that. That's gonna be amazing. The other
Nice.
part, it's gonna be the chest piece that create instead of the barricade, it's gonna be the ice wall. So I think that's gonna be a good combination for a stasis build. I have one already pre-made, and I'm just waiting to get that chest piece to use it. Moving on to the Warlock, we already talked about it. So the rift's gonna be creating healing and damage boosts. That's what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Empowering Reef, that's what I was looking for. So it's gonna do both. Because the Empowering Rift wasn't like healing you, right?
No, it does not. It just damage boost.
Damage boost, yeah, there we go. And then we're gonna have this gauntlet, the Osmiomancy gauntlet. So for the Warlock to use with the stasis, so your cold snap grenade can be thrown twice. So you can have like 2 grenade, and it travel further, I think, right? Yeah, travel further. So you get a bonus grenade and travel further. I can see people using that a lot in PvP.
Yeah, a little hyper specific. I
Yeah.
mean, they took off the tracking on the cold snap, so maybe
Oh,
they
so
put it back on
now,
a bit. I don't know.
yeah. Well, you're gonna have to wear the exotic, which
Yeah.
as a stasis is gonna be a good exotic, I think. Um,
No, I could see that in combination with Traveler's Chosen or something, and then just never running out of cold snaps.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you have a grenade build, that's gonna be non-stop cold snap. For the Hunter, we have the Blight Ranger Elm. So voltaic mirror perk. So it's gonna be for arc. So the player is gonna be redirecting their arc staff to deal increased amount of damage. So you're gonna be reflecting damage back to the enemy, and it's gonna be increased damage. So okay, yeah, I can see that. I think it's gonna be more PvP oriented, because I can see a lot of
It
people
just
using arc staff, but like
yeah.
it's only work with your super though.
It's
So like
so hyper specific, all of these exotics. Like the
yeah.
barricade is maybe, and the sunspot one. Like the Titan ones are more diverse, and the warlock. But let's see, what's the last hunter one they have here?
So that enters the Reneval grass. I don't know if I say it right. It's for the Dustfield perk. Deep of Dustfield?
Duskfield, what's that?
So it's creating a larger radius for the Dustfield grenade, while also nerfing incoming damage for allies within the Dustfield range. So if the enemy are inside the Dustfield, they create less damage, I guess.
Okay, so
And
it
the
blinds
bubble is
and
way
weakens.
bigger. Any target locked within the space will also deal out reduce amount of damage. Yes, so go out there.
Again, hyper specific to one
Hmm.
ability, but okay.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. I really like the Titan one so far, and the legs for the Warlock. I think it's the best choice. But I
Yeah.
can see where people can play around with that. There's mention about the Witch Queen, like the detail. I think we mentioned it last week when it's gonna come down, when it's gonna come back up for the update. So there's
Cool.
something about Sony here. Player using the PS4 download of Destiny 2 will be required to download an associated PS4 compatibility pack before the Witch Queen. Okay, sure. Maybe they have some issue with it. Will be large. I don't know like how large it is now, like for like people on console or PC, but it doesn't affect us, right?
Nope, not on Stadia. That's what I
Exactly.
don't understand, but okay.
Just give us like everything that's been vaulted. I'll be happy to play on Stadia.
Yeah.
Um, I don't care about the size of the file.
Nope.
Um, some of the stuff, Bungie reward. If you haven't claimed your Bungie reward, this is like some of the stuff you can get before February 21st. Just head over there and get like your item if you're interested. Twitch Griff sub bounty reward. There was some issue about that. I think like now they fixed it. So if you did give a sub or Twitch gift sub bounty. I need to look into that and see if I got it back or if I got mine. I don't.
Oh, hello. Did we cut out? You there? All right. I'm not sure if we
Oh,
are
there you
on
go.
or not.
No,
Oh,
I can't hear you.
there we go. Okay, we're
Okay.
back now. Maybe it was my computer?
Yeah, it's probably you. Your video is like very it's not a good quality right now.
Oh,
Maybe
I'm
from time to
sorry.
time you freeze. That's all good. You're gonna get your new computer soon, so everything's gonna be like perfect after that. They're not gonna be the one looking like glitchy or something.
Not all
So even though I like
pixelated.
to play on Stadia, you still like if you're playing on a computer, you still require like something decent. I found like if you're using Chrome to play Stadia, it does take so much RAM on your computer. My freaking computer goes like, I'm playing on my laptop because my desktop is too old, and but I've been playing on Edge, Microsoft Edge now, or let's see, Chromium version of Edge, and it does take less RAM. So for some reason, Edge is a little bit better than Chrome now. And Opera GX, I was like getting too many crash. So yeah, so now I'm playing on Edge. I'm probably gonna switch it up whenever like another one's gonna be better. But so far that's what's happening.
Yeah, and I still play on a Chromecast, so
Yeah, and apparently that Chromecast Ultra is still like the best to play on play Stadia because apparently Google TV is still having some issue or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had some audio issues when I tried to play Life is Strange on Google TV, but
Oh.
um yeah, and it's an audio narrative game, so I was like, well, this isn't fun.
Yeah, that's not good.
But I didn't try it on the Chromecast, so I wonder if it'd be different. Regardless, let's hop into some Stadia news, right? Is that where we're at?
That's where we at.
Okay, cool. So we got some articles today coming out of Stadia Source representing My Hero Justice 2 gets a release date. So everyone get pumped. I believe we have the first one on Stadia. It was a bit of a stealth drop. It's like an open world anime game, and it has different chapters. It's coming out pretty soon on my birthday on Tuesday, so get prepared for that.
Nice.
Check out the article. You can see a little trailer and the video there on Stadia Source. So it's all included in that little package. Now, if you're looking to have some fun, not this weekend, right? Weekend's already over, but next weekend, I think we were saying this on an earlier podcast, but Jackbox Party Pack is going to be free, number 7. So you can load up some games and have some mini game fun for free. I mean, all you need is a Gmail account to play these games, so that's pretty cool.
That's gonna be free for the weekend, so like make sure you try it out. I'll probably gonna try it out and see how it's look like. Might be worth it to get like a couple people, because I think you can play with your phone too, right? So as a
Yeah.
controller, so that would be perfect.
Yeah, so look forward to that, and I'm sure it's going to be some fun. I'm sure there'll be a sale associated too. They like to do that at the same time.
There's already a sale, 80% off on
Oh
all
my
of the.
god.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Also, so moving on to next, the developer of the survival title, Derelict, has expressed an interest in bringing games to Stadia and bringing the game to Stadia. So
Yeah.
this is a bit on the rumor side. Basically, some talks on Twitter saying, would it be good if it came to Stadia? And then the director or the game's Twitter account had this to say. He said, I'll check if Google Stadia allows early access games, which I'm pretty sure it does because Sky Climbers is on there for early access. From what I know, is coming soon.
And also, what's the other game we played? The first
Boulder's
person
Gate 2 is early access, right?
Yeah, that's right. And what's the other one? The shooter 9 to 5.
9 to
That's
5 is
the
early
early
access.
access.
Yeah.
So like, why not? Just bring it.
Yeah. Hurry up. So pretty cool. I mean, I haven't seen too much on it, but survival title sounds interesting. Look forward to seeing that. We got another game announcement. The Master Moat Chronicles. So I'm not too familiar with this title or genre. I'll read a little bit of its description here. Squish, bop, and pounce through the great depths. An underwater world filled with moats. Makes me think of Destiny. Bioluminescent creatures who spend their lives in the bioverse, living on the rhymes of an electronica soundscape. Lamote is a moat different from others, inquisitive, with an eye on power. When the shift causes of the great depths to turn red, Lamote sets out on an epic quest to return the world to blue. So it sounds like it's a bit of a puzzle game, but interesting. I'm so happy to hear more games come into Stadia. So keep
more
them coming.
variety. That's good.
Yeah. It looks pretty colorful. So yeah, look forward to that. And it arrives on March. So a lot of games coming into the March month slots.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. There's so many games coming out now soon. So
next we have Boulder's Gate. So people who have played Boulder's Gate before or are keeping up with it, you are most likely on patch number 6. Now, patch number 7 is on its way. There hasn't been a stated release date for Stadia. However, the big note on patch 7 is once it becomes live, all your previous save data is gone. So you have to... I mean, players of Baldur's Gate, I'm sure you've come to expect this. I don't think it's been the first time this happened. It's an early access game, but I mean, that would just be heartbreaking to me. But
it's been early access for so long, though.
What can I say?
Yeah,
From the beginning of Stadia,
yeah.
it's been early access.
I'm like, when they gonna finish the game? Like, I don't know. Like that game, I haven't tried it. It must be so much fun. Like, if like you're a big fan of Baldur's Gate and have it like finally released into like a decent graphic, because I think Baldur's Gate 2 was like almost like Diablo 2 type of graphic, right?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think I've never even seen the price point for it. I've just hoped it came to Pro or something like that. But yeah, pretty cool. They keep updating it. I'm glad they're staying with Stadia this whole time. And Baldur's Gate, even though I never played it, is a big IP. So it's good to have. Smash Ball, which sounds like a fun IP, I will say. coming to Stadia. So another game announced for Stadia. Cool this week. We just have a couple announcements. Seems they're lashing back on some previous announcements, and they're Smash Ball. So pretty cool. Updated. Oh, okay, right. I should have known this. So everything I said about Smash Ball is not happening. Stadia Source reached out to the developer of Smash Ball, who has confirmed the game is no longer coming to Stadia. So I did remember hearing that, and I forgot that. So ignore Smash. Smash Ball is something where it looks like a mobile game. I remember that was my comment on the when I saw that.
That's awesome.
Nacon picks up publishing duties for Zorro Chronicles. So Zorro, I remember, was announced a while ago for the Stadia platform. Yeah, 11 months ago. Today we hear that Nacon, I'm not saying it right, has the publisher rights, and they've been given a release date of June of this year. So it looks to me as sort of like it looks to me like an outright game, like one of the child titles, but cool to hear, and should expect something in June.
The more the merrier.
And then finally, another free update on Zombie Army 4, a game that was brought to Stadia Pro in May 2020. This takes you as a third-person shooter on a zombie overhaul from World War II. So they're actually Nazi zombies that you got to take out. It's actually a lot of fun. I played through all of the levels back when it first came out on Pro. And they're just out of the blue. I mean, for me, it seems kind of random as I feel as the game's a little bit older, but they're giving it a free season. So anyone to all platforms starting February 17th, you'll have access to 3 new campaign levels, 9 weapon bundles, 5 weapon skins, 4 character bundles, and 4 character packs. So just more content coming out there for free on Stadia.
That's awesome.
So if you haven't turned that one on in a while and feel like some third-person zombie horde shooting fun, it's a good one.
That's awesome.
Now,
More thing coming up to Stadia.
yeah, we have this this incentives. This was a bit of a Stadia news announcement. I read through it. Now, it seems to be like information I thought we already knew. When they were first unveiled in July 2021, we heard that Stadia Pro is doing some good revenue share with the developers. I think maybe this new thing is the 85% against 15%. Maybe that's new. It says here under the improved, and to be capped under the first $3 million. So instead of 70-30, they're giving 85%, so even more. I mean, it's a great incentive, I feel. I hope it works out. Acapulco Games has comments below saying it's a great fit for both their titles, even though they're both drastically different. And I will say that Grime is awesome here. Grime is Game of the Year 2021 for Rudigs. And then Outright Games, I mean, that's just a perfect fit. I mean, you have kids just logging into that thing instantly every single day. And it's based off of days played. What do they call it? Session days on Stadia. So more incentives for developers. I hope that they're really just building a solid lineup for 2023, and that's what they're doing with this. I feel like that may be the business move they're working on, because I already assume they have 2022 already lined up. Maybe they're working on like the second half of 2023 or even 2024. So developers log on and do it.
They already mentioned that they have more news coming to us like soon, but it's pretty amazing. If you look at the article, they like post on Twitter, and they show a bit like all the development tool work or any of the tools. It's a bit like a universal tool, and you can test it to the client, and then when you're ready to go, you just push it to Stadia, I guess. So they try to make it easier for developer to push their game to Stadia and use Stadia. Like, I think that that's a big thing, right? Using Stadia for developing the game, because they have
Mm-hmm.
all the infrastructure there. And again, I think I mentioned it last week. Bungie was doing that during COVID, during the lockdown. They were using a lot of Stadia just to test the game. Now, like from the look of it, is that Stadia is trying to push the developer to use Stadia as a development tool, like as to test run. So that, like, people working from home, they don't need to bring their bulky computer to home just to like be able to work. So I think that's a good idea, and that might be part of the 80% they were talking about. They still want that 20% to be for customer, but they still like want to be part of that developing portion
Well,
of
so they're
gaming.
saying that 85% is a revenue split. So the developer would receive 85% of the revenue from Stadia Pro based on session days.
Yeah, that's good.
So, I mean, it's just so much. It's like the lion's share for sure of any
Hmm.
profits. Like Stadia is taking a backseat to any profits made on games.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, they may only get that amount of percentage for a profit, but at the end of the day, in the long term, they want to make something there for to last, right? They're gonna catch up on their money. It's Google. They own like freaking a lot, so like maybe they're losing on Stadia, but they're gonna gain more somewhere else. So, right?
Yeah, I mean, they have a Nest in every home, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like for a while they were giving it for free, so now like people cannot like get away from it. I have like one on uh, three different room in my house. I really like to use it mainly to get the news in the morning, and also just to, I don't know, listen to music or anything like that. Ask question.
Yeah.
So pretty amazing.
Well, I think that's all. Did you have anything more for this week in Stadia?
No, I think that's pretty much it. The big thing is coming up is just Destiny for me. So I can't wait for Tuesday to find out what's happening. I will be streaming it, and also I'll be compiling my video with like all the Season of the Lost combined together, and I'll upload it to YouTube as soon as I got the last portion of it.
Cool, cool. So, some closing notes here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, hit that notification bells for alerts when our podcast hits the air. Also, leave a comment and tell us about Stadia in your gaming life. You
Hmm.
can find Stadia Party Chat Podcast, the audio version of our podcast, on Anchor, Spotify, Google Pocket Casts, and anywhere really you can find audio podcasts. Thanks to our new sponsors, 9 to 5 Google, Stadia Source, as always, providing us with some good news and some banter to talk about on the show. That's the news for this week. We thank you for tuning in and hearing our thoughts on Stadia. Look forward to sharing more in the future. As always, I'm Rudigs and my co host, Sebastian.
Yes. So make sure to come and join us if you see us on Stadia. Send us a message if you need help with Destiny. Just hit us up and we'll be happy to join.
Yeah, I try to give people announcements. Follow at Chat Stadia on Twitter. Usually try to give
Yeah.
people shout outs. So whenever we're doing things. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you next week.
Take care. Cheers.